Hello everyone, and welcome to the Homepage Network. I'm Stacey Dondi. Researching family history is a billion-dollar industry and is now the second most popular hobby in the United States. The Knoxville Public Library houses a little-known local history museum upstairs and offers free genealogy services that is truly a Tioga treasure. I'm with Sherry Vituli, the director of the Knoxville Public Library. Sherry, this building is beautiful. Tell us about it.
Thank you so much. It is a gorgeous building. Built in the 1890s, and then it was owned by a family that was here until 1958. And then in 1958, it was given over to the Knoxville Public Library to house our public library books.
This staircase must be the crowning glory of this building.
It is gorgeous, and it is part of the original part of the house, and it is not anything that has been redone, and people marvel when they come into the building because it is a rarity to have a staircase like this in Knoxville.
What style would this be considered?
This house is Queen Anne style, and from the 1890s, it's definitely one of the original homes in the area. And it's interesting to see all the moldings and all these staircase items, and even these lights are from the original part of the house.
Ellen, tell us about this amazing collection.
In this room, there is a tie to all kinds of Knoxville heritage and roots. We have everything from school groups and ball teams through the years on this wall, and we have family groups, and we also have an extensive collection of advertising memorabilia and mementos from previous businesses, current businesses, some of their tools that they use to make their products, whether it was a leather stamp or metal stencils, things like that. So we have a wide variety of things, and we also have things that families have donated to us in terms of furniture and personal items.
Ellen, what room are we in?
This room is a continuation of our 3-room collection of history items here on the second floor of the library, and everything on display here is identified. It has an item number on it, which means we can trace it as far as its origin, a label of some of the people or the place where that was, so we can offer documentation to some degree of everything that's here.
After the break, we go downstairs to visit with Mr. Gene Seeley and learn how you can trace your own family lineage here in the Cowanesque Valley. Stay with us. Welcome back, and thank you for supporting our family of advertisers. We are here in the History Room at the Knoxville Library, in front of thousands of records of local history. Gene, thank you for being with us today.
You're quite welcome. Glad to have you.
Mr. Seeley, What is genealogy?
Well, genealogy is studying your family background and where it came from, and particularly during the bicentennial of the United States, lots of people became interested in their background. And so we eventually have accumulated a wealth of material of families in the Knoxville area or the Cowanesque Valley. It's not just Knoxville, but the Cowanesque Valley. And so we get inquiries here at the Knoxville Library of ancestors that used to live here in the past. And in many cases we can help them, and in some cases we run into dead ends.
How do you research someone's family history?
Well, we look to see if we have the last name, and as you may know, lots of people's last names change. When immigrants came, very often the person interviewing them would just spell their name the way it sounded, not necessarily the way it actually was written. We have things like cemetery records. We have all the cemetery records in this area. We have undertaker records, which give a lot of valuable information to people. We have church records. We have some baptismal records of people. We've had people come that think that they have somebody buried, but they're not just sure if they're really buried in this area or not. And so they give us their name, and then we go through cemetery records and find, ooh, there's the cemetery, and that's the person they were looking for. That's a success when somebody can actually prove that their ancestor was from this area, either by showing their name on a map or by showing them a cemetery stone or a cemetery record.
Gene, thank you so much for all your time and effort helping people research their own family lineage.
And thank you for coming and making our little library available to the public.
And thank you for joining us today on the Homepage Network.
Exercise your brain at Pop's Culture Shop. We love to promote creative experiences for all ages. Join one of our many free weekly clubs and events, rent a board game to try it out, or purchase one for a lifetime of fun. Try award-winning educational games, challenging strategic games, team-building party games, and collectible games like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. Plus, puzzles, comic books, art, and building kits. Pop's Culture Shop at 25 Main Street, Wellsboro is your destination for fun.